Hopefully that can be fixed soon. Very, very impressive, very dangerous scene going on. The allegations of improper deliveries is leaving many postal customers and their packages, well, you can say, bent out of shape. Marlon Scott tells us he was driving home after a long day of work earlier this week, only to see flashing lights in his rearview mirror. It turns out that was only the beginning of his ordeal. The question that remains unanswered here, now that this man, Fidel Castro, is dead and gone, what's next for the island nation? Dr. Ronald Schwartz's father says he has no idea why anyone would take his son's life. All of this apparently started over a girl. I'll step out of the way so you can take a look at the scene right now. The crime scene van just pulled up. Venus Williams not only denies the allegations against her, she also blames the passengers riding in the other car. President Xi left to go back to China this afternoon. President Trump, meanwhile, he's staying put right there at Mar-a-Lago, right behind me. We're here in Steinhatchee, which is just about a few hours west of Gainesville, here in Florida's Big Bend, and the damage from the hurricane here is very evident. Reporting live in Jupiter, Jason Hackett, very excited for Star Wars for News Channel 5.
All right, Jason, looking good out there.
We hear some more shots and we hear people screaming.
I try to keep everybody calm, be quiet, stay quiet so he doesn't hear us alive in here. And
for friends Orlando Torres and Ramses Tinoco, the memories of June 12th still linger. The injuries still sting and the losses still hurt.
I lost a lot of my friends, like 8 of them, so I went to a lot of funerals.
For them and many other Pulse victims, the recovery process has been a difficult one, which is why this video yesterday, the father of the Pulse shooter at a Hillary Clinton rally just miles outside of Orlando, was a shock.
It was a confusing moment for me. I did not know what to make of it.
When you saw the father of the man who did this sitting behind Hillary Clinton, what was your reaction?
Honestly, I just stood on the television, you know, and I was holding a cup, so I dropped the cup on the floor because I was like looking at the man. I was like, what is he doing in there?
In a statement, the Clinton campaign says Sadiq Mateen was not invited as a guest and they were unaware of his presence. Our cameras caught up with Mateen later that night and asked him about his presence at the rally.
Why they should be surprised? I love United States and I've been living here for a long time.
Despite what his son has done, he shows great intentions. I hope he does have a sincere heart.
Both Orlando and Ramses say they don't directly blame Sadiq for what happened that fateful night in Pulse. But Ramses says the appearance still rubs him the wrong way.
To me, it was kind of cold, yes, in a way.
Ramses says he wants the gestures to go beyond a campaign rally.
Show up to Pulse. Pay respects to the people that die. So if he's willing to come all the way over here to do redemption in himself, why not do more?
Ramsey says his one hope as we approach this 2-month anniversary is that the community will remain united and continue to love. In Orlando, Jason Hackett, WPTV News Channel 5. Well, Kelly and Michael, this memorial for Officer Braswell seemingly gets larger and larger every hour as the community shows its support. 2 special editions today, this card and these flowers from a very special group. Some of the biggest fans of law enforcement. Does anybody here want to be a police officer? Yeah! Are also some of the smallest.
They're not bad guys, they're nice. They saved the world.
For them and many others in Delray Beach, that world became a little sadder this week. Officer Christine Braswell losing her life in a tragic off-duty accident in Key West on Saturday.
Hold on to Blake's hand.
So Thursday at St. Paul's Day School in Delray came a very special field trip to a department that just lost a hero.
Don't put your flower in.
And from the mouths of babes,
Yes, Jesus loves me.
came healing.
She's very missed, and it means a lot to all of us.
The card they brought saying it all. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted.
Just seeing them all come out here in a line holding hands and with their little flowers in their hand, it's very emotional.
To do that was just amazing. It really is.
A few dozen little heroes.
All right, Supergirl.
Coming to the rescue.
Thank you for thinking of us. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome.
So officers still brokenhearted, obviously, about Officer Braswell, but they are encouraged by the news with Officer Mark. We're told that she is off of a restrictive diet as of yesterday. I'm also told that one of the very first things that she wanted was Jupiter Donuts. I'm told that she had a smile on her face the entire time. Not a bad choice if you ask me.
These people are trying to bully these people for every penny that they can.
Frustrations boiling over for Jake Lunsford and his neighbors at the Astrowood Apartments. These letters left at their doors today only adding to those frustrations.
We have 3 days to pay them the rent.
But Jake says he has good reason not to give them a dime. He says mold, bug, and rat infestations, structural problems, and other issues have overrun their apartments. Issues they say they've been complaining about for months. The city of Stuart stepped in, finding a total of 19 code violations, forcing code enforcement to place these orange danger signs on their buildings, and scheduling a court hearing to discuss the matter. The court hearing was delayed until next month.
How am I supposed to have my family over for dinner when there's a danger keep out sign on my window?
This is Jason Hackett. I'm a reporter with News Channel 5. We pressed the regional property manager, Kelly Davis, on that very question, not once, but twice. Do you have any statement, anything else to say about the situation over here at Astrowood?
You need to speak to Nikki London.
Our calls to London, who was a marketing director, were met by voicemail. Over at Richard Youst's home, there's mold in his vents, cabinets, and around his entire apartment. He is one of many here standing defiant and refusing to pay up.
You want your rent money? You got black mold, you got electrical, you got fire issues, you got rats in the attics. Like, come on.
Jason Hackett, WPTV News Channel 5. More breaking news just coming into our newsroom. Deputies have found 13-year-old Jonathan McCourt, who had been missing. We've been following this story all morning. President-elect and part-time Palm Beacher Donald Trump is back at Mar-a-Lago. A crime alert now in St. Lucie County. If you've used the Valero gas station on Southwest Gatlin Boulevard, you may want to check your bank statements. In the very famous words of Indiana Jones, snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? You know that song, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas? Not so much here in Florida. Breaking news, a massive yacht fire overnight at the Riviera Beach Marina. We are live with why crews are still on the scene hours later. Plus, here is a live look at downtown West Palm Beach. We are waking up to some of the coolest temperatures since early May. And Cubs fans are waking up winners. The celebrations in the streets of Chicago as the team wins its first pennant in decades. Welcome to Today on 5. I'm Jason Hackett in for Tori Dunnan along with meteorologist Glenn Glazier. And Glenn, we are also winning down here in South Florida with this weather, aren't we?
I think so. My wife opened some windows last night. It felt very nice throughout the house. Let me show you this.
Breaking news overnight, a massive yacht fire had crews in Riviera Beach fighting flames for hours this morning. News Channel 5's Jacqueline Powell is live at the Riviera Beach Marina with the damage. Jackie.
Reporting live in Riviera Beach, Jacqueline Powell, WPTV News Channel 5.
Jackie, thank you very much. 2 people are dead after a fire torched a West Palm Beach business. St. Anne and Vierge Miracle Botanica went up in flames at around 1 yesterday afternoon. Detectives say one person was found dead at the scene. The other was taken to St. Mary's, where they died later of their injuries. Several women at the beauty salon next door saw a terrifying scene.
I opened the door. I saw a lady running, all burned up. She said, help, help, help.
We are still waiting to learn the names of the victims and the cause of the fire. An update to a deadly shooting in Riviera Beach this morning. Police tell us the man who died was involved in an attempted robbery. This happened last night on East 27th Street. Police say the attempted robber was shot by one of the victims. We are still waiting to learn his identity. A man was seriously hurt after he was shot in Lake Worth. Deputies say a man and his ex-girlfriend got into an argument yesterday morning at a mobile home park. Detectives say a third person got involved and fired at the ex-boyfriend. Detectives later found the victim at the Lake Worth drive-in. He is expected to survive. In breaking news out of Haiti this morning, 174 prison inmates escaped after rioting and killing a guard. About a dozen fugitives were recaptured. The Prime Minister's office says the uprising was led by, quote, heavily armed individuals. It's not clear who those individuals were or how the prisoners broke out. The U.S. Embassy is warning American citizens to avoid that area of Haiti. And just 2 weeks after the events of Hurricane Matthew, cleanup is still underway in southwest Haiti. Relief workers are still struggling to reach remote rural communities in the country's hardest hit areas. Roads and buildings were destroyed by flooding and mudslides, and some isolated villages can only be reached by foot. The Category 4 hurricane left nearly 550 people dead. Nearly 130 people are missing. A ceremony in Lake Worth honored the unclaimed remains of our fallen heroes, making sure their sacrifice is never forgotten. 22 sets of remains received a military service at the South Florida National Cemetery. Each set was placed in an urn and given a full burial. The nonprofit Missing in America Project identifies the unclaimed remains of veterans across the country to thank and honor them for the ultimate sacrifice.
They signed on the line, and, you know, from the minute they joined the service till the time they die, even though they've been discharged, military people feel that they are still in the military, and they need to be honored in the proper way.
Since the first ceremony here in 2014, the Missing in America Project has buried the remains of about 75 veterans in Palm Beach County. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office will have a new tool to help track down criminals. This week, county leaders approved a $1 million pilot program for drones. The drones will be used mostly in search and rescue missions in the water and in drug and human trafficking cases. They will also assist when lives are in imminent danger. Now, state law bans government agencies from using drones to conduct surveillance work. The first phase of the Miami World Center is underway. Yesterday, crews started pouring more than 50 million pounds of concrete. Miami World Center will have retail stores, restaurants, and condo buildings. The work is expected to be done in late 2018. That's right, you're not dreaming. Don't adjust your television screen. The Chicago Cubs are indeed heading to the World Series. The Cubs defeated the Dodgers in Game 6 of the National League Championship Series 5-zip. Now, this is the first time the Cubs have made it to the World Series since 1945. It's a 71-year drought, the longest in major American sports history. The Cubs haven't won a World Series since 1908. They face the Cleveland Indians Tuesday in Game 1. New this morning, a dream come true for a Make-A-Wish kid. A young baseball fan asked for his very own stadium. And as Matt Austin reports, let's just say this group of volunteers hit it out of the park.
To see the whole community come together to make this happen, I can't even believe it.
Such a cool story. Good luck to Thomas and his family. It is now 7:08. Coming up, they served our country proudly for years. So why do they owe money? Next, the big mix-up costing soldiers thousands of dollars and why many of them say their country has betrayed them.
This is something I never thought I would live to see.
And after the break, the groundbreaking way a Florida team is working to solve decades-old cold cases.